think I knew Bwipo was here to stay, like the first time I heard him give an interview.
Bwipo, you came on stage, you replaced SOAS, you won, and now you're going to finals. Talk to me about how you feel right now.
I'm pretty ecstatic right now. I never expected that this would happen. The way how it happened was not how I wanted it, because obviously I got replaced because of an injury rather than my better play. So I struggled with the feeling of, do I deserve to be here? Do I deserve to play? And now that we won and I proved that I do, it's just an amazing feeling, really.
He was so charismatic and he was so smart about the game. And I think that like we would have poached him right then and there for broadcast.
Kabashad misplayed a lot, but again, maybe? No, he can't. So what ended up happening there is he used all his stacks on his Darkened Blade, his Q, and there's no healing, there's no damage, there's nothing. You just die.
I'm beginning to think, Bwipo, that you don't need either of us here. You're literally doing better.
There's a lot of action to talk about.
It's great, mate. I'm loving it.
The dude is like perfect for esports. Holy shit, he's perfect for esports.
The damage hasn't come out yet. There's a multi-man knockup. Fnatic have got themselves 3. Where did that damage come from?
Gods do not need followers.
A dreadful for Bwipo!
Followers need gods.
Bwipo just flashes in and takes out Perks!
Empire. Above all.
Bwipo jumping in. Look at the damage. It's Fnatic. They find the fight.
They were not going to win the game.
They do not spot.
It's like a zap when you give me a zap, you know? It's like, oh. Just to show that. You pulled out the big guns.
The dirty work that's why I said that they want to make it professional. They can play the team fights because they have
It's personal.
Yeah. Everyone is too slow to deal with that.
I think the idea of having so much freedom in how you want to play the game was something that I enjoyed most about League and what pulled me to the game, because this is where like I could shine as a player. You know, like there was a difference between my Gragas and Faker's Gragas. And even though everyone would, like, there was no one stupid enough to say that I was better than him, the fact that it was different is what I enjoyed about this game.
I met Bwipo at the 2018 Player Summit, which is like a day-long meeting where you first meet players. And when I first met Bwipo, Bwipo stood out to me because Bwipo was instantly talking. How do I get my opinion out there? And so he was instantly charismatic, instantly someone I knew about. I'm like, okay, who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm Gabriel, I'm Bwipo, I'm the sub for Fnatic. And I was like, okay, this is weird, because if you're a sub for SOAS, there's no way I'm ever gonna see you again.
2018, I got to play some scrims with the team, eventually. At the start, I was just watching, and then SOAS suggested that it would be a good idea that I would play one game a day so that he would have an outside perspective on the team. That was my EU LCS matches of the week, right? It mattered so much to me that I would perform in these games because to me, it was like playing my EU LCS matches.
So when Bwipo first starts, he gets to be SOAS Junior, or he gets to be the crazy solo queue player. He can really be whatever he wants because no one expects him to be anything.
Are they sitting there?
That's my spot. 19 years old, first game on the LCS stage, top 25 challenger for like 3 years in a row. I'm kind of hoping I get to see what this new young top laner can do.
We'll see that the play is happening. Not gonna matter. First blood drops for Bwipo. That's the way to start on the stage. Oh, Samix trying to flash for his life, but Bwipo is here. Is gonna get the knockup. Biting him down with the decimating smash. Ball comes out from Bwipo. Does manage to get the knockup onto Totoro. He's gonna get canceled out in the end as Cold is now running in. Reckless leaps forward. He's gonna try to kill Samix. He is gonna grab one back. Leaps right back out. First place for Fnatic.
That is, of course, a question. We can discuss this later in PGL. How many times will we see this guy on stage after? We don't know, but it's good to see that they're looking into other things. Broxa is really finding his own. They're trying new things.
Playoffs came around, SOAS got injured, and it was actually a shock to me. You know, I was playing solo queue, and Joey came up to me and he told me, like, I need, you know, if you have 10 seconds, let me know. I need to talk to you about something. And I was like, tell me right now. Don't worry about it. And he looked at me and he's like, you're starting for all of playoffs. It was a serious moment where I realized all right, I have to take responsibility for one of the players that I put on a pedestal.
Oh, you remember that flash Bwipo used earlier? How much will this come to hurt him? And Gilius sends his regards. Bwipo decides to continue pushing forward for some reason, will get shut down. Gilius gets the second place, he will get killed.
I didn't care how bad I looked. All I cared about was make sure that the game is in a state where my teammates feel like they're in control.
Forced away, Caps blows up Vitality, and that might just be it. And for the first time in 2 years, Fnatic advance to the finals.
I felt the way of the Fnatic legacy. Finding myself in that team are big shoes to fill. I felt the way of the Fnatic legacy.
Fnatic topple G2 and are your spring split champions.
Honestly, in the moment, it felt great. Winning my first trophy was like, oh my God. But to this day, I don't feel like it was actually my trophy. You know, I was just there at the right time, the right place. The door opened and I just walked in.
First game of the summer split. I'm excited already because it's the first game, but it's also that insane meta. You literally do not know where any champion is going, and that's my kind of meta.
A lot of top laners are being played in the AD carry position, so we scrimmed with both Reckless and with Bwipo, and the results were good. So we decided we were gonna try Bwipo at least one of the games.
Yeah, dude, let's go! Oh, the hook comes in. Nuke's a lot oversteps. Is gonna get it. Oh no, you can't do it. Oh man, these Ignite, Ticket, Fnatic.
Fight a lot to get your mid lane hit. Front lane.
Oh my goodness. So Unicorns didn't see that one coming.
For that period of time, you saw, I think, probably the best version of Bwipo and the best version of Hylissang.
Look for the engage. Ghost Water type goes forward. A flash forward into Demonic Ascension explosion.
Wait a second. That's a better bone skewer. They pulled back Promise Cube. He is getting chunked.
The bid is engaged in the bottom lane. We talked about the kill lane, and there comes the kill.
I still remember those good times. I felt like it was very fun because I've never experienced such thing because he was playing champions that I never thought they're possible to play with. Even if something didn't go that well, we will always talk about it and make it work somehow. And that was a thing that is very important for bot lane, and I still miss it a bit.
One of the biggest reasons I think we turned out to have such a good friendship was because in the game we had the same idea and we worked on each other all the time. Out of the 14 hours I was awake or the 16 hours I was awake, I would spend 12 of them with Hilly.
That bot lane, I think, next to peak Reckless Hylissang and next to peak Perks Mickey X that we saw in 2019, that's my favorite European bot lane that I've ever seen. Yeah, eventually it gets nerfed away, eventually Reckless comes off the bench and suddenly Bwipo's back in the top lane.
So going into summer playoffs, I didn't actually win a game.
Big sign of confidence coming in from Bwipo to take the gangplank up into Vizichachi in the top lane. Interesting to see if he can survive on this pick. It has been a weakness in the past.
Bwipo on the top side. Ooh, Nuke is roaming as well. This might be the first kill.
Wave crashing in. Bwipo trying to stay alive as long as he can. He's going to have to interrupt a little bit of CC, but the knockup is there. The heal comes through. He wants to get a kill back, but a nice flash out from Vizichachi means it's just the first blood for Schalke.
And I think that's the reality check I got. If I want to compete with players like Soaz and Reckless, I'm gonna have to go full time into that role and make sure that I can compete. So that's what I did at Worlds.
Prove yourself and
자, 오늘 엄청 목마르게 기다리신 여러분, 바로 월드 챔피언십 그룹 스테이지 그냥 달려버려도 되겠습니까?
Soaz was still the starter. I got the pity games. And after those games, right, the deciding game of our group stage against IG, Youngbuck was like, I'm gonna take the flip.
Victus Gaming versus Fnatic. This is the one that we have long awaited. It's Bwipo versus the Shy.
I'm frankly actually really shocked that it isn't Soaz. Personally, I'm leaning towards Invictus Gaming a little bit more because it is Bwipo versus the Shy.
So I got to play against IG. I got Urgot.
Will be a 5v5, but how soon will it happen? They're not staying on Baron. It's a team fight instead. The suppression is in. Fear Beyond Death finds Battleland. They got a second kill already. IG are going to be wiped off of the map. That's going to be Fnatic only giving up 4 kills and a 28.5-minute win over Invictus.
Youngbuck just decided to double up on his gamble. let's do it again, because we had to play the tiebreaker now.
Fnatic have clearly shown they can not only win, but dominate against IG. And IG is going to have to play a much more clean game if they want to come out first in this group.
Level 6, can they interrupt the ult? He's gonna flash away, look at the knockup, but does he have the damage? He's close, and yes, in the 1v2, Bwipo finds a solo kill, but he's flashless and it will be the trade. Instead, it's Baolan who falls and Ming's at 5 HP. Rookie drops as well. Bwipo is gonna call the Ornhorn now because they chose to fight in the jungle. They found the first engage, and Duke is slow but walks away. Baolan the first to fall, making a second as the top laner is dead.
Fnatic is absolutely popping off right now.
But he's sure to go down. The knockup and a double kill for Cap. The kickback for Broxa. Make it 3 and a 5 versus 1. Jackie Love versus the world. And Fnatic will foul Invictus. They will take the #1 seed into the quarterfinal.
I mean, that was a moment that I'll never forget, because when I came off stage there and we won the actual group stage, Youngbuck told me, it's like, you're a real player now, you know? Like, you're no longer like a kid. You have the experience now to say that you're a world-class player. And I think that helped me give the confidence to make that Worlds run happen.
Bwipo was like one of the main guys that was saying that we're actually gonna win that thing, and how we play in game is affected by this type of things as well, so it's very important.
I tried to unleash the Kraken on Davy Jones, but they forgot. Do not fuck with Davy Jones.
And he was doing, he's still doing a really good job of this.
I felt like we were going to win Worlds. The simple reason, if I play really well, we're going to win Worlds. I know it for a fact. I didn't.
Welcome to the
find himself caught between a rock and a hard place and 5 members of IG. Jackie Love has already found himself that mark here as well. Bwipo's taken down by Ning. The Rift Arrow goes their way as well. And IG have won themselves another fight. Being on the worst end of a trade here as Ning makes his way into the lane, looking to find the gank. Flash into the body slam, into the damage, into the kill, into the first blood for IG. The LPL has never won before, but that will change today. The Crownless are finally king.
We're so used to these days, because we've made 2 finals now, we've won MSI, to being like, making it to a World's Finals isn't special. But it was really special when it happened that time, and it was fantastic, and it was sad, and it was disappointing, and it was heartbreaking too, but that was still, I think, a monumental achievement for any European team. As time goes on, when SOAS leaves, and suddenly it's just Bwipo, now Bwipo has to figure out his own identity. Is he gonna be Mr. Slave to the team, do what everyone else needs? Is he gonna be, I'm gonna put my own ideas forward, I wanna play my champions? And I think ever since the moment where SOAS left, this has kind of been the back and forth struggle for Bwipo.
Early on in the split, we were suffering and we weren't really finding a way to win because I wasn't contributing what my team needed me to contribute. And then halfway through the split, we were like 3-7. It was a rough split.
And I am just still flabbergasted that this team seems to be floundering and really struggling to find their feet.
And that's when I just decided to spam a lot of Aatrox. We're 3-7. I want to play him no matter what. I think most people started recognizing me for Aatrox. They were like, this guy on Aatrox, that's scary.
Sejuani, who can be surprisingly strong in these duels, having that pressure is very, very bad.
Ooh, Bwipo manages to connect a full combo into SOAS. Flash is available for SOAS. He's down to 100 HP. Slice and Dice is not available just yet. One more hit from Bwipo is all that's going to be needed. First blood. Oh, Bwipo's going to fancy it, but at what cost? The Emperor's Divide. And Bwipo's going to get... What? Where did that damage come from?
Oh, Bwipo though, he's gonna get the 1v2.
Oh my word, Bwipo gets a 1v2.
Are on a rampage, Bwipo goes for Mystics, he gets the kill, Mickey falls, Fnatic get the win.
Bwipo gonna take a lot of pressure here, they're still trying to finish this one off. Bwipo's just gonna cut through the entire team, goodbye to Dan, and the rest of the team has to turn tail and run.
I am not a king, I am not a god, I am worse.
This is my champion. It reminded me, like, this was proof of the work I put in. This was proof of my evolution as a player.
I think his Aatrox is actually one of its kind, so I think if you write Bwipo Aatrox, you'll see good things.
That's where it really feels like Fnatic gets to enjoy more of 2019. Hands down, the best year of European League of Legends we've ever seen because of how good the Fnatic G2 rivalry was, double back-to-back best-of-5s.
Flash away from Wonder, flash available for Bwipo, does he chase? Waiting for cooldowns, and he does it! Jankos finally finds a Sonic Wave into a fantastic flash kick. Bwipo's now gaining away. He manages to escape for now. Caps are trying to buy some time. Wonder comes in from the teleport. He's looking for Megadon. Who's going to pick it up? It's secured by G2! And as it stands, Fnatic are now floundering the lead. G2's dominance has been truly challenged, but they were not conquered.
I think in the 2019 summer finals against G2 is when, as a player, I feel like I gave everything I had to win.
Summer Split Finals!
Perkz surviving on the back line as Bwipo takes down Jankos. Mickey low, down to half HP. Reckless jumping forward. They've gone for Perkz. They've assassinated him. Oh, here we go. It's Perkz. He's been caught out. There's no escape. He uses the killing instinct of the cleanse, but in the end, Bwipo will take the kill, and now Caps goes down. It's a double for Bwipo. Here comes the charge in from the side as G2 are looking for the fight. Hylissang's going to go down. Off towards the side as well. Mickey has fallen, and Fnatic are coming out on top. G2 can do nothing about it. And now it's a 4v5! Wonder takes out Boxer, the second kill goes down as Bwipo falls, and G2 find 3!
Medic, we are going to game 5!
Bwipo jumping in, Hylissang there as well, look at the damage, it's Fnatic! They find the fight! G2 overstep! Bwipo trying to do what he can on the front line of this, but he will fall as well. 3 for 1. And G2, they take it! G2 are your champions!
I don't have any regrets from that series. The player that I wanted to be walked into that arena, and the player I wanted to be walked out. Like, I just slammed jacks 2 games, and I won both games because I just went in. That's like my proudest moment as a player.
2019 Worlds was a sick year for Europe, right? Everyone was hyped on G2, Splice looked pretty good, everyone was hyped on Fnatic. Hey, this is the team that took G2 to 10 games, you know, like, this is gonna be everything. And then the group draw happens.
It is Fnatic.
And you see the groups and you got some hope for G2. You feel like G2 can make it out no matter what. You got some hope for Splice, and you look at Fnatic's group and you go, oh, they're doomed.
Group C looks absolutely killer.
So week 1 in 2019 Worlds was, like, honestly, it was as expected. To win groups, you have to play it out till the end. So what ended up happening was moving into week 2, I think we just realized, like, this is it. This is our last chance.
Realm comes in! That's an interrupt! An interrupt on Hylissang! He's dead! Kosa's dead! RNG are done! They will not advance to the quarterfinals for the first time ever! All 3 European teams make it to the knockout stage! Fnatic eliminates RNG!
And once again, a beautiful Vigar stun. Teddy can't get back in the fight. Have to burn Cleanse to do so. Reckless, fearlessly firing into Faker. The double kill going down for Bwipo.
That'll go overstay. Here comes Clint.
Kick through the Vigar, but still the cage comes out. He stops the engage. Khan has to find a way in. Reckless throwing the feathers through. He wants to pull them back. Khan, this is his hero moment. Can he turn in the double kill dropping for Bwipo? Khan wants to turn the fight, but he doesn't have enough.
Only Faker is left alive to look as his team crumbles, and Fnatic will look to make the European Week 2 dream a reality.
Taking Uzi out of the tournament so early is stunning, right? Like, something that's never happened before to RNG. They don't get eliminated in groups. And for Bwipo to be a part of that moment, I think is big for the legacy of Fnatic, because that is, I think, in Reckless's career, has to be one of the most defining moments is taking Uzi out of a tournament.
2019 All-Stars was a much more casual setting. You go into the 1v1 tournament and you're just doing it for fun and you play what you want to play. But as you near the end of that tournament, it gets a lot more serious.
Like, actually beating them on one-on-one tournament is something very impressive, even though it's not seen as such thing.
Playing against Uzi, there was no room for me to play the game, right? Like, every single decision I made, I had to be prepared that he was going to answer.
Well then, it is time to crown our 1v1 All-Stars champion, so...
The players are in their seats. Are you ready, Shox?
I think I'm ready.
All right.
Let's get the party started!
Sudden death is on.
Mind you, Bwipo still isn't level 11. That turret's about to die. I think it's just gone.
He's gonna win my turret! Game one's already over, and turns out we get the turret win after all.
Yeah.
Cooldowns it down, the Q is burned.
This is actually good for him. If you get the health back and you can push Uzi out of it.
Okay, this is the play. Dives in with the E. Good damage coming across. He might try to fear him into the fire as well. The flash early. Ult burned. There's the fear is enough for Bwipo.
He's got it.
One more shot, and Bwipo ties up the score.
They're going to go for it.
It's going in for this play. Again, this death wouldn't hurt Bwipo too badly. It's not sudden death just yet. Gets him anyway. Bwipo, the 1v1 champion, and stays with the LEC.
The king from the LEC, Bwipo. Very well done.
In Fnatic, they'll ask me, like, who is the best player in the world? And I will say, like, well, Bwipo won 1-1 All-Stars, so it has to be him, right? Even though it's a joke, it's kind of true, so.
In comes 2020, spring split. I know what I'm good at. I'm gonna do that. I was considered up and running for MVP at the end of that split because I reminded people that you've got so many options when you play top lane.
At this point, he's established himself as a top 3 top laner, and I don't think anyone's pushing him out of there anytime soon. Wonder, Bwipo, Alphari are the best top laners in Europe, and I don't think anyone's pushing him out of that yet.
He's already a legend, at least for me, because he has won Rookie of the Split, he has gone to Worlds Finals, he has gone to Worlds twice, he won Split. Like, it's a lot he has achieved, and it's impressive how fast he has done that.
In 2018, it means so much to me, making Worlds, because I knew Hilly never reached Worlds. I need to make Worlds, no matter what.
They're going to use the call of the Forge God. Finn has to flash away, the cannon coming out as well, and Finn with the oranges is just not okay. Forge God coming out for Bwipo, it's going to be secured already. Hylissang flashes forward, is hooked in, the silence comes out, but here comes the Requiem as well. Shut down already onto Larson, he is dead. Hunsummer pulls back with a base call, Vander jumps back in, and Hunsummer now gets one shut down, but he's gone down. Finn jumping into the fight as well, it's a 4v3 in favour of Fnatic. They find another, Bwipo going in, Reckless goes down, but Finn will fall, and it's an ace for Fnatic. You can never count them out. They outlast Rogue, and they book a rematch with G2 next week.
Convincing series from Fnatic, and they will lock their spot at the World Championship.
It is time for another battle in the G2 versus Fnatic rivalry as the two titans hit the rift in today's Kings match. And with both teams carrying the playoff buff, we are in for one hell of a ride.
It's not really a rivalry anymore because Fnatic have yet to take a single game off of G2 in 2020. But that doesn't take away from the prestige of wearing one of these jerseys.
Bait switch, now Bwipo's in here, he's charging down perks, he'll go down, Caps executes to the Baron. It's an ace for Fnatic, and they have broken open game one.
The Stand United is unavailable for now. The rest of Fnatic continue to chase. Perks is in trouble. Goes low, does not go down just yet. They can't kill him because the rest of G2, now they're starting to come together. Selfmade finds the kill. He goes golden for a few seconds and the death sentence will not find his target. Call of the Forge God will knock up Nemesis into the air and Caps goes down. You are kidding me. This is a 5 versus 1 base race. There's one cannon minion to work with. It gets interrupted. Mickey and Wonder are doing what they can. Nemesis is there to defend. Nemesis kills Perks, and Fnatic turn their attention to the Nexus turret. They get one. Stop focusing down the second. The backdoor bonus is just about to end. Fnatic, for the first time since 2018, for the first time in 875 days, Fnatic take down G2.
You can't not pay attention to Bwipo. The man's story is just too good.
I never really realized how much it meant to me, but my goal was clear, giving Hilly another shot at Worlds. The question is, am I good enough?